Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at the top teams for the Master League. I am back from Frankfurt. I was a caster for this regional, which I had definitely a lot of fun this weekend. Maybe you followed the regional, let me know down below and how you were liking it. There were a lot of surprises regional as well, which I found really cool. So yeah, I am back from that one. I might do a separate video towards that topic as well. I wanted to make one before I went because yeah, I was hoping that the announcement was before that, but the announcement was on that Thursday where I was already in Frankfurt. So anyway, this is going to be it here for that part for now. We're going to take a look here today at the top teams for the Open Master League. And yeah, let's take a look at some teams that I want to use. A lot of things have changed. A lot of new Pokemon are up there. And let's find out which Pokemon are very, very strong right now. First off, we have a team that's always going to work. We're going to have the Ho-Oh, we have the Dialga, we have the Palkia. We have the option as well here to go for the Zamazenta in the back, which would also work out, but this is such a classic team. And you're going to see quite a few, teams here with no direct difficult matchup. This doesn't mean that there is like no direct answer to this team full stop, but there's not really a single Pokemon that you're going to struggle against, but there can be of course like different kind of team varieties that are going to be quite difficult to still go up against, but there's no real core breaker, which you're gonna see here as well. Yeah, Dialga Origin seems to be the worst Pokemon to encounter for this team. But you have your own Dialga Origin, and honestly, like, Ho-Oh is still absolutely alright against that Pokemon, and even Palkia can deal with it. And if you run Zamazenta in the back, that also can still deal with it. It's not a bad matchup per se, it's definitely not. And also, what you're gonna see as well, otherwise, this is going to be an amazing team to run. And so, I do think this is going to be a team worth running for that upcoming week. We're going to also have the other cup, the Willpower Cup, available as well. We're going to take a look at this cup as well, hopefully tomorrow. Tomorrow we're also going to have the Shadow event, where we're also mostly going to take a look at some of the Pokemon. There's a lot happening right now. I'm just back. I'm very tired from the event as well. I'm going to still try to do my best to cover most of the things for the next few days. But here, we're going to have the Zamazenta. Zamazenta is going to have the Ice Wing, but Zekrom is the main star of the show. Zekrom, I think, is the number 4, number 5 spot now for the new, basically meta list, because you're gonna get to this Fusion Bolt so fast and to the Outrage so fast. Basically, the time it takes to get to an Outrage was before the time that it takes to get to a Fusion Bolt. So now you're gonna get to the Fusion Bolt so much faster, which is great coverage, and Outrage, honestly, like, you're gonna get there so fast and gonna do so much damage with Zekrom. And so it's definitely a Pokemon that I want to try out, and a lot of Pokemon I want to try out for the Open Master League. I do think that this time around, I'm actually mostly gonna focus mainly on the, leagues that are actually going to be available and not too much on the new Shadow Pokemon, because I feel like there's a lot that I want to showcase for those leagues here. And I think it's going to be very, very cool. And again, here's a team that doesn't really have directly difficulty. Like, there's not really a Pokemon that I'm like, yeah, that's going to be very tough for you. There's still going to be, of course, a team combination that's going to be very difficult for you, but that really depends on what you're going to encounter, right? Next up, we are going to take a look at a team that only has the weakness that you already have on the team itself. We're going to have the Zacian as more of a weakness, because if the backline is going to encounter it, to be fair, it's also not the biggest weakness there again. Yeah, we're going to have 2 Dragon type Pokemon, but we're going to have Aurasphere on the Latios, which is going to be interesting. Also, the Shadow Latios is, by the way, better than the normal Latios here, just to let you know. But we're also going to have that Kyurem White, which is going to be able to get to this Fusion Flare faster than a Zacian can get to that close combat. And that is going to be quite crucial, like you're going to be able to outspeed the Zacian and do some solid damage. But Fusion Flare on this Pokemon is not stab, so Reshiram has an option here as well, for example. But the ice typing is kind of cool, because with that you're not going to be weak to Rhyperior on 2 Pokemon. If you go for Reshiram here, you're going to have the double weakness to ground, which I kind of wanted to avoid here. But as you're going to see again, this team is going to look really, really solid. The only Pokemon that's going to be a bit more tricky is going to be, of course, that Zacian, especially if you're going to encounter it in the back. But honestly, it's not bad. It's honestly really not bad. You definitely still have a lot of potential here. And we can move on to team number 4. Where we will face, of course, here that Reshiram. Reshiram is going to be a very, very good Pokemon with that Fusion Flare coverage. Fire-type coverage is amazing in this meta. Then you have Dracomedia as a hard-hitting nuke, and especially in the lead matchup, you're going to be able to just go for the Dracomedia and then swap out after it. We have a little bit of a toxic team here. We're going to have the Primarina, which is actually the team that I want to build around here. I want to build around the Primarina. This Pokemon has access to the new buffed Charm, which is going to allow you to go for the Hydro Cannon after just 5 charms. This This is super fast, and Hydro Cannon is a very strong move, making Primarina way better. Same goes though for Togekiss. Having access to Pack here is going to allow you to get to those Aura Spheres and those Dazzling Gleams super fast, and Togekiss has a lot of potential in this meta. And again here, yeah, there are some Pokemon like Zamazenta, but Zamazenta you're going to be able to do some solid damage against as well with all of the Pokemon. Against Zekrom, you're going to be fine. We have a Charmer here. We're going to be alright there as well, I would assume. And also Reshiram is going to be very solid against it. Against Lugia, you're also going to be able to resist the fast move with the backline. The backline still can hit it back as well. So I don't think it's a bad matchup whatsoever. Next up, this is very similar to team number 1, but I kind of still want to include it here because Lugia is going to play a little bit differently, but still kind of want to have a very similar team here. Actually, here I feel like Palkia might be a little bit better as a safe-swap there, but yeah, this is going to be an interesting team. I think it's going to be a very solid team to run for this upcoming meta as well. Here we're going to have the Reshiram in the back though. That could be also a possible option here to change the Dialga out for it, because unlike the whole matchup, you don't really have to worry about like the double weakness to Rockton there as well, with having 2 fire-type Pokemon. And again, Reshiram is going to be one of those Pokemon that's going to have a lot of potential. This would also give you a little bit of a better matchup against the Zacian that we see here as like one of the weaker Pokemon for us to deal with. Meloetta is going to be next. This is going to be a Pokemon that again is going to get buffed this season. It has access to the move Confusion, which is going to generate more energy now, which makes it very strong. This Pokemon is going to be a Pokemon where you need definitely some rare XL candies because it's a mythical Pokemon. It's very difficult to get those rare XL candies otherwise. And Pack on the Togekiss is going to allow it to be a very solid safe swap in this meta as well, especially against all of those Strength type Pokemon. And with the move Aura Sphere on Togekiss now, you're going to be able to beat those Steel type Pokemon consistently, which is going to be very cool for it as well, especially with Dialga being more common, Dialga being a Pokemon that you don't want to face with a Meloetta, but Dialga being a Pokemon that you maybe want to face with that Groudon. As you see here, Kyurem White is going to be maybe a bit of a difficult Pokemon, but it's mainly just because it's such a strong Pokemon. Generally, it's not a type weakness or anything like this. It's more something like a Lugia. It's going to be a bit more of a type weakness for that Meloetta, but then again, do you really need Dazzling Gleam here? You could also run Thunderbolt on this Pokemon, and all of a sudden you're going to have some super effective coverage against that Lugia here. Next up, we are going to have the Solgaleo, we're going to have that Dialga, and we're also going to have that Hydreigon. Shadow Hydreigon is going to be a Pokemon that's going to be able to get so fast to those Brutal Swings. Hydreigon as a Shadow variant only going to get released tomorrow, so that's going to be a new Pokemon there, an interesting Pokemon to try out. But yeah, we're going to have here the Dialga, we still have the Solgaleo. Again, you can use the Ho there, it's going to be then again very similar to team number 1. But I really like Solgaleo here, and this kind of combination, I think it works really well together with the Hydreigon. As you're going to see already, with the Dragon Brush change, with Brutal Swing on this Pokemon, actually Hydreigon looks really solid. Looks like a really strong Pokemon, especially against like Pokemon like the Lunala, which we saw having a little bit of a rise there in the last season. So I do think this is going to be a very solid team to run. Next up, we're going to have team number 8 here. This is going to be the Florges in the lead, the Eternatus, and also that Solgaleo. Eternatus is going to be, of course, a Pokemon that took a lot of resources in order to build it up. Is it worth it? Honestly, I really put it in here to just show you that it's really not worth it. And I really don't regret not getting this Pokemon fully powered up, because look at this. This Pokemon isn't great. It's not great for anything, to be fair. Like, it's alright as like a rate attacker. It's alright as like a Dynamax attacker. But like, Dragon can only hit Dragon. And that is going to be such an issue for this Pokemon. So yeah, is it worth the money? Absolutely not. It's definitely not. Yeah, Solgaleo here in the back. It's still a very solid team, don't get me wrong, but it's not my favorite team out of those ones here. But I really want to give at least a try here for the Eternatus, and I don't think it's a great Pokemon to run. Team number 9. I want to build a team that is not relying on any legendary Pokemon. Here, for the people that want to start into the GO Battle League and into the Master League that are already quite a high level, because you can't really play the GO Battle League here in the Master League if you don't have level 50 Pokemon. But here, for the people that don't really have a lot of money to spend on the game, which is most people, rightfully so, nobody should spend that much money on the legendary Pokemon, it's ridiculous. This is going to be a team for you. This is going to be a team here for the community. This is going to be a team that you can run with some Pokemon that we all had community days for. Rhyperior, Florges, Togekiss, Florges Community Day just happened there as well. This is going to be a great team here to run. I will try the Florges for the Master League as well, most likely when the Master League is going to drop. But yeah, this is going to be a very exciting team. I think it's going to be a cool team to run here for sure. And yeah, this is going to be for team number 9. We can move on now to the team number 10. where we will have another buffed Pokemon. Of course, here with the Gyarados, which I kind of want to give a little bit of a try here as well. We have the Zacian, we have the Gyarados, we have the Yveltal in the back. Yveltal, a Pokemon that's quite underrated. Against a Pokemon that also saw a lot of success last season, and I still think it's going to be a good Pokemon, especially with Lugia now being back. This is going to allow Yveltal to have another target to destroy here with the Oblivion Wing, the Dark Pulse, and that Sucker Punch. Oblivion Wing, of course, a flying type move, doing some solid damage, and I could see actually that maybe Yveltal could have a little bit of a rework later on as well, because I don't think it's a super strong Pokemon, but I do think in this team it works out quite well. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. The only weakness here is actually going to be the Zekrom, and I could see that Zekrom is going to be quite common in the upcoming meta. But this is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like. Again, let me know down below what you thought about the regional that happened this weekend there as well. It was my first time actually ever casting anything like this. Definitely a lot of things I learned. Shoutouts as well here, while I may make another video towards the topic. Shoutouts to everyone that I met there. Everyone was so lovely to me. I learned a lot of things there. And yeah, it was a great weekend. I really enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a like. I will see you then. Bye bye.